3 kind of the most surprising or most interesting things, statistics that you didn't know in that video? Anybody? So Facebook, I think, being the 3rd, if it was a country, the 3rd largest country. Uh-huh. So, okay, said about Wikipedia. One more? Yes, as we all know from our mothers and grandmothers friending us on Facebook. So this amazing revolution is happening in the world of social media, and I think everyone can really take advantage of it. Obviously, in this room, so few of you have joined these great organizations, and I can give you some examples of ways that social media has kind of impacted my life. I'm on LinkedIn, and I've been on LinkedIn since I was in college. And I have met CEOs and reached out randomly to women and, not just women, but anybody who I really respect and have sat down and had coffee with them because of LinkedIn. On Twitter, you know how they have people who, if you talk badly about a company on Twitter, someone will respond. So I had a pretty bad experience with, not Groupon, but it was like another Groupon type company. There was some sort of issue. Anyway, I tweeted about it, and they sent me, they gave me like $50 free and a free t-shirt, which was kind of nice. But, so those are very small ways, but these are all tools that you can be taking advantage of. As soon as you leave this room, you should join Twitter, you should join LinkedIn, and go to a meetup. And so I think that, especially as students, we have this really awesome advantage of just meeting people and trying to soak up as much information as you can. And at the same time, if you have a business idea or you have an idea of what you want to do, just meeting as many people as you can and going out of your comfort zone will really help you grow and figure out if you have a good idea on your hands or what you should be doing. And all it takes is a simple cup of coffee. When I was in college and my last year, I figured out I wasn't going to go into consulting, and I was kind of thinking about this whole startup thing. I met with probably 100 people over coffee to talk about it, and some people said, you know, no one's going to hire you, no one's going to believe in you, no one's going to fund you because you're young and you have no experience, and other people said, yeah, go for it. If I was in your shoes 20 years ago, I would have done it. And so just getting kind of that overview and making those connections is the most valuable thing you can do for yourself as a person, for your career. I can't say enough things about how important networking is. And I think the thing that keeps people from networking is fear. And when we go to events, we go with people because we want to stand in our little groups and we just want to talk to people. But really the point of going anywhere where there are other people is to meet and connect, grow your network, and see the value that you can provide each other. So here's some tips about learning from people, because I network all the time. It's one of my biggest passions is networking and actually connecting people who I think have similar interests. That is to share your ideas. So especially if you have a business idea, does anyone know what an NDA is? Non-disclosure agreement. So when you're an entrepreneur and you're sharing your ideas, a lot of times people will make you sign NDAs, and it's this like terrible thing. But you should always share your ideas. You should be open-minded, challenge yourself, and listen as much as you can without talking. Go get coffee with somebody, say, okay, this is my idea, what can you teach me, and just shut your mouth from there. Here's some awesome resources. So the second part was learning from other sources. TED, how many people have watched a TED video? Oh my gosh, TED is the most amazing thing. It's this conference held in, I think, Florida or somewhere, and they bring together the biggest thinkers, innovators in the world, and they have these people give, like Bill Gates, and Oprah, and all these really obscure MIT scientists who are coming up with the next big thing. They have them give presentations, and then they post everything online for free. So you have access to over 900 videos just at the tip of your fingers on TED. Quora, anyone use Quora? Amazing resource, Quora.com. You can ask questions, and let's say you had a question about Facebook or anything. If you had a question about, you know, what percentage of ownership of your startup should go for which person, You could ask that on Quora, and you get responses from people who are really high up. Also, just reading those conversations is invaluable. And of course, shameless plug, go to events like Ignite Chicago to be inspired. So also, books. I'm a huge believer in reading books as well. Any books by these authors, Seth Godin, Malcolm Gladwell, Gary Vaynerchuk, has anyone heard about him? He is amazing. If you have like 30 minutes or if you want to read one of his books, you will be so inspired. Tony Hsieh. And then here are some blogs that if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to stay on top of what's in the tech industry, like TechCrunch. Brazen Careerist. Has anyone ever read Brazen Careerist? Amazing blog. I would really encourage you to check it out, and it's just answering all the questions about your career. And so what I want to impart on you in this section is just how important it is to meet people, get out of your comfort zone, and grow your network. And the last part, which is the shortest, is to do. And we've already talked about how, as entrepreneurs, the thing that separates us from everybody else is the fact that people sit on their ideas, but entrepreneurs go out and they do it. And now is the time when you can go out and test your ideas for a tiny little bit of money. You can post a question on Facebook and say, hey, how much would you pay for this? And get questions from all of your friends when this used to cost millions of dollars for companies to do. And in entrepreneurship, there is this great debate between the horse and the jockey. Do you guys know this debate? No? All right, so the horse is the team, and the jockey, no, the horse is the idea, I'm sorry, and the jockey is the team. So a lot of investors will say, so a lot of investors will ask, okay, well, what do you put your money on? Do you put your money on the idea, if it's a really great idea, or do you put the money on the team, if it's a great team but just a mediocre idea? So if you guys had $1 million, would you invest in the team or the idea? So can I get the team? Yeah. And the idea? All right, well, you'll be maybe not surprised, but most of the time investors will fund the team much more than the idea. You know, a very experienced, not even very experienced, but a very good team can do anything, and people who just aren't that great can have a great idea and not really do anything with it. I'm going to skip this video, but there's a great TED video that's 4 minutes long. It's the 8 Secrets of Success. If you guys want to write it down, it's really, really entertaining. So back to the 3 ways to be a successful entrepreneur is to dream, to learn, and to do. And so let's maybe get some applause as to which one you think is the most important. So clap for the one you think is the most important. So dream, learn, is that they're all equally important, but if you want to be successful, if you want to go after your dreams, if you want to leave this room and have this day make an impact on your life, it's to go out there and do it. Thank you.